Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As usual, like, subscribe and share my content. In this particular video, we're going to look at a way of creating a site plan from a layout in Autocad. So open here is my Autocad 2021. I would recommend you use the same, or you can also use Autocad 2022. Now, what is a site plan? Well, a site plan is a drawing or a map which simply represents the orientation of a property in question with respect to other neighboring properties and other notable features like roads, churches, government offices, and so on and so forth. So a site plan will look something like this. So a site plan usually is attached to a template. So a template will look like this. So this is how the template will look like. So the template will indicate where this property is, the district, the owner of the property, the actual location, the author of the drawing, the plot number, the distances of the boundaries here, then the coordinate list of the boundary of the beacons, or rather the corners, the coordinate system used, then the scale used, and the kind of paper, the kind of printout paper to be used. In this particular video, we are going to create a site plan for property number 10. Let's create for property number 10. Oh, let's create for property 90. This property right here. So what we're going to do is, let me erase this screen stuff. I don't need this. Okay, it's blue stuff. Okay, so we said property 90 is what we're interested in. So I'm going to just copy anything that's near property 90. And I can just do copy selection. And just paste right there. Let me move this. We'll just use this for reference. Otherwise, what we're working on is this right here. So the next thing we'll do, we'll just trim everything that's outside the template. The template is right here. What's outside the template is this. We'll just trim it out. Sort of trim it out by using the trim command in Autocad. Make sure you reverse whenever you make a mistake. Ensure not to trim the boundaries inside like I did there. So make sure you're careful, as gentle as you can be, because you also want to do this within the shortest period of time. Yeah. Okay, once I do this, now I can just sort of copy this, erase, and use that. For holding my left button, holding my left button on my mouse, sort of holding it to just to copy whatever I want to. Then I'll just trim this. Just continue trimming. escape the command, trim. I hope you know the basics of AutoCAD. If you do, then this should be easy. The process goes on and on until everything is properly trimmed. So select these numbers as well. Just erase them. Trim command there. Sort of just trim it. We also have to trim this inside here. Trim command there. So click on this and just try to erase it. Okay, it's gone. Okay, it goes on and on. So need to get rid of these here. Doing the trim command, just trying to see if we can erase a few things, a few more things. Okay, we are almost good. Let me just move this a little bit inside that. Just sort of move it inside. Remember, different offices have different templates, but the most important thing is the message that's communicated. And remember, all of this is drawn with respect to the cadastral manual, the Zambian cadastral manual to be specific. So I just need to change the properties of this. It has to be, all these lines have to be in red, in white, sorry. So by going on properties, I can just match properties, just match these properties for this line, so that we can suit like that. And these lines that look a bit reddish have double lines, so we can just erase and see where the problem is. Erase. And sort of maybe extend. We go on the extend. No, we don't need to extend here. What we need to do is just go on properties and change the color to white. Then we'll do the same for the other one, to white. Okay, so these are double lines as well. Erase and just sort of extend. And just change the property, the color property, into white. Erase that because there's double lines, and go on the extend command, and just go on properties to change the color. just ensure that everything is all presentable. Change the properties of that and just extend. So it should be 70, 71, 75, 72, 73, 73, 72, 72, 71. So it should be 71. So it's a property in question is number 2, which is here. Okay, this line as well. Erase. So the first thing we'll do is just extend these lines here. Okay, so this line still has double lines. Need to erase it further, erase. Okay, should be good. Let's now extend that, extend that as well. So now need to trim that as well. Just change the properties of this to red, to white, change the properties of that. Okay, just extend here. Trim, because we don't need that there. Erase that. Let's try to extend it. No. You can just erase all of it then just draw a polyline. Just draw a polyline from there to there, and then just trim what's not needed. So trim this here. Okay, what was So the property down here, say copy selection, because I need to make sure that I indicate the number for this property down here. So this should be 66. Also have to indicate for this here. Okay, just check the layout just to make sure that just to make sure that I'm doing the right thing. So 321 should be somewhere here. So 321 is 319 to my right. So it should be 319. It's 319. And this should be 98. So just move it. This is 98. And you also going to check for his property here. This should be okay. 269 should be up here. So what's next to 269 is 268. So this right here is 268. Just copy selection that. Escape the command. If I can't click on this, now I can. Do you want to save your text changes? Yes, I do. Okay. We also need for this here 67. Somewhere 67. Okay. Let's try to locate it on the layout here. 67 is 67 here. So this is 323. 323. So it should be 323. Yes. So to ensure this fits, we'll just reduce its width or its height. Okay. By right clicking and going on properties, then we look for its height. Look for text height. So text height is right here. Our text height here it's 4.1, 4.572. let's try to use 2.5 and see. Okay, so okay, let's try this. Let's use 2.8. 2.5 looks to be seems very small. Okay, 2.8 is okay. Just cancel that and move this a little inside like that. Oh, okay, so now that we are done trimming and just ensuring that this line has something wrong, let's trim this. Let's change the properties of this to white. Okay, yes, erase, just erase all of it, and just so that we can just draw a polyline. Okay, once we done that, let's draw a polyline from this point here. What's going on? So let's try again. Okay, just draw a line, then just draw a line from this point to this point. Draw another line from this point. So if you notice, I can't extend that line further, so I need to find something to anchor this line to. So what am I going to do? I'll draw a line. Make sure that this line is at 90 degrees by pressing that command there, like that. Then I'll just click on extend. Oh, guess I didn't need to do that. Just click on extend. Erase that. Change this property to white. Erase that as well. Okay, now we can look at our area of interest. So our area of interest is this right here. But before we do that, I need to make one more correction. This line has double layers. It's just to be corrected. Okay, so this is our area of interest. Need to offset the internal boundaries of this by 0.4. To avoid setting the boundaries of the neighboring properties, what I'll do is I'm going to introduce circles at the boundaries, circles of radius 1. So just copy this and copy and paste it. So if your cursor is not really moved, then you're still in this command. Just click on it so that you're able to move freely. So just paste it wherever my boundaries are sharing with neighboring properties. So I'll just trim here just to ensure that my offset doesn't affect my neighboring property. Then I'll later just extend. Okay, so offset command is right here, and my radius is 0.4, so I'll just press enter. Remember, we're offsetting from the inside, setting from the inside. Okay, once that is done, let's trim a little, trim that, 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 trim that. Let's now extend a little. So I want to extend this, so I want to extend this, so I want to extend that. Also want to extend this. Then you have to use these circles. Okay, then I have to show that the offsetted boundaries are red in color and that they have a thickness of at least, should have a thickness of 0.4 or anything described in this cadastral mine. Okay, so to ensure that the others have the same properties, we'll just match the properties, match that to that, match that to that, also match that to that. Okay, let's see, let's try to refer to that. Okay, once we do that, let's try to give it IDs from the top, left corner. So my top left corner is here, so I'm going to give IDs from this point clockwise. I'll just copy from here, but I can just Yeah, I can just copy from there to make my work easy. So this is my A, then this should be my B. Then this should be my C. Just move it a little down here. Remember, you're the author of this design, just ensure that it's well visible and that it can be understood by any surveyor, geomatics engineer, now and in future. So we have A, B, C, D, then this should be our E, then back to A, and our loop closes like that. Okay, so the next thing we'll do is so if there are notable structures around here like churches, I would have indicated the name of those particular churches, maybe here if it were here, but at this moment I don't know what property is here, and for the sake of confidentiality, copyright, or for the sake of for the reason being that I don't have rights to that information, I cannot give it out easily like that. Okay, so the next thing I'll do is I'll try to edit my coordinate list. So I'll just use my area and consistency since I already have my area and consistency. So my area and consistency is right here. Soon I'll teach you how to come up with your area and consistency very soon in the near future in one of my videos. So let me just minimize this so that I can have both windows in one window, like this, something like this. So I'm looking for coordinate list for property 90. So this is 97, this is 96, this is 95. 90 should be up somewhere here. Okay, so this is a coordinate list for property 90. So I'll just copy this. I'll copy that, but first of all let me just copy this, copy selection, just paste it here, then I'll copy this again, copy, then paste it there. copy, paste. I need to turn on certain command here just to ensure that these things are aligned properly. And turn on these commands. Now copy the next point, copy. No, before I do that, I need to copy selection this so that I can just okay. Okay, so copy, paste. There are a lot of ways of coming up with what I'm doing, as long as you have the same we have the same results, then you can use whatever method that suits you. Then our last point is this here, copy and just paste. The other way you can get these coordinates is you can just extend this a little. You can just go on circle properties, you anchor your circle, properties, then you anchor your circle at the corner there because you want the coordinates for that corner there. Then click on the circle, right click on the circle, left click on the circle first, then you right click, then go on properties, then these are your coordinates here. These are the coordinates, so you can do the same for every corner. But since I already have my area and consistency, I can just get that data from there. Let me position this a little bit there and get rid of this circle. Erase. Okay. Okay, now that I have my coordinate list here, I can just erase what's in here because that's not what I'm looking for. And if you've noticed, my coordinate list here has 4 beacons. So to make sure that the 5 beacons fit in this, I'll have to move this line a bit up there. So I'll just select it like that. I'll select it like that and say move. If I can't move it like that, it means this command is still on, and just say move. Maybe let me do this, just say move. just a little bit higher, maybe right there. Or I can just, let me draw a polyline. Okay, I'll just erase that. I'll draw a line. I'll draw a line from this point. Maybe let me reverse a little. Need to move this a little higher. Maybe we try to do copy selection. Remember, whatever method works for you, please use it. So copy selection has worked here. Just a little bit higher. Right here. Then let me see if I can extend some lines. To extend that line, then I'll need to trim here. Need to trim that, need to trim that, I need to trim that, trim that, trim that, trim that, trim that, trim that, trim that. Trim that, trim that. Okay. Then I'll need to move this a bit high. Remember, we're creating space for one beacon because we don't have space. Then I also need to move this line here. So we said copy selection is what is working for us. Copy selection. Copy selection. Let's try to escape the command and repeat. Say copy selection again. What are we not doing right here? So copy selection is not working here. How about line? Line won't work either. How about moving? Could be that this line has a lot of properties. Let's try to erase it. Okay. Let me just extend. Okay, once we do that, let's try to repeat the copy selection process. Okay, move it up there. Then just extend, bit of extending, and just trim the other side. Then let's also trim this line here. And just move these writings a bit high. Then we also move this line a bit high there. Then extend that line, extend that as well. Then trim the rest, trim that. Okay, then I'll just copy all of this and just move it. I know, just move it a bit high there. And then I'll copy this and just say copy selection and just add one more down there. Okay, edit and include E because that's what was remaining. What's okay? Then I'll just copy all of this and just try to move it and see if it fits. So it doesn't fit. So I can just move this right there, move this as well, right there, move this again, right there, move the other point as well. Just click on it and move it. Move it nicely. Make sure these coordinates are properly aligned. Make sure there's proper spacing here. Sure there's proper spacing there. It should be 1 to 1000 to 1000. Then I won't give the exact port number for this. I'll just leave it the way it is because I don't have the rights to do that.
Bluetooth mode. FM mode.
Come back. They record the fist. Then just check the distances from area and consistence. So my distance 23.88. Oh, then the next one is 8.662 meters. Then the next one is 33.90. And then there should be 29 29.98. So this is not closing. We also need to extend because we are remaining with DE. So this is supposed to be DE. So what we'll do is we're going to move this a bit high there. Then move this as well. Then move this line a little higher. Then you can just extend what's needed and trim what's not needed. And just copy this, just move it a bit up, and then trim this, erase this, then copy selection this, and just add another one down. So this E, then E A. So E A should be 42.10 42.10 meters. Press enter. and then we can box it like we found it. This line doesn't seem to be straight. Just do that. Okay. Okay, once we do that, drawn by, of course, this, whoever is drawing this has to be a registered surveyor. For example, for purpose of illustration, I'll just write my name here. Just say Kayombo Joshua. This is not a sub. It's a, this is maybe Solway. Solway. Solway / maybe 5, just for illustration's sake. Solway LN underscore 456. Since it's 90, say 90, just for illustration purposes. So property number. So ladies and gentlemen, this is typically how a site plan would be prepared. Of course, let me move this up here. Let's ensure that it looks presentable. Okay, so these are roads. If these roads were notable, I would have indicated their names. For example, perhaps I would have indicated this road as T5 or T6, but these are not notable roads, so I'll just leave them like that. And remove this a little. So this is our end product here. Maybe just a few corrections there. This line seems to have a lot of properties. This line has to be in white. Extend that. Just draw a line there. Okay. Okay, so typically set plan would look like this. Maybe let me just move this a bit high. No, I need to make sure that this looks as presentable as possible. Move this, erase that, then move that. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I've come to the end of my video. Typically, this is how a site plan would look like in AutoCAD. A set plan can also be prepared in ArcGIS or GIS, but I'm doing it in AutoCAD. Other offices have different ways of representing this site plan in a bit different template. I don't need this in here, so I'll just erase it like that. Kindly share, subscribe, and like this video. Thank you.